Hello everybody, Sh53 Plays here, and welcome to Part 9 of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. We're here in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. We just got a new spell and fought Draco Malfoy. Everyone thinks we're a Parseltongue now. There's also a treasure chest right here, which we can't unlock yet. We also have to go to Quidditch practice, but first let's go ahead and open up these cabinets and see what's in here. Just a pumpkin pastry. We actually do kind of need that. Now let's open up this one. A stink pellet, nice. How many stink pellets do we have right now? 15. Okay, so we're maxed up. Actually, what you can do right now is actually search these desks for goodies and whatnot. I'll go ahead and do that really quick. Okay, we've got a pumpkin pastry. It's pretty good. All right, that's pretty much it for this room right here. I also like that window right there. It's very, very fancy. So let's go ahead and go through this door right here. This will take us to a little room out here. We also have a chest. This will contain a Witches and Wizards card. What are we at right now? 8? Yeah.
Number 57, Gifford Ollerton.
Okay, number 57, Gifford Ollerton. Let's go ahead and search this cabinet. Alright, we get a balloon out of that. And, this looks like it's it. So let's go ahead and go down to Quidditch practice. You know what? Since we just had this cutscene, let's go ahead and talk to some kids around here.
Heard about nearly headless Nick Potter? Terrible thing to happen to a house ghost.
And what do you have to say?
Heard about nearly headless Nick Potter?
Same thing.
Terrible thing to happen to a house
blah,
ghost.
blah, blah. Yeah. Because I think some kids... Whoa. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I think some kids have some things to say in relation to us being known as a Parseltongue. So what do you have to say?
Do you want to swap famous
Oh
witches
yeah, that's
and
right.
wizards
You're one of the
cards? I'll give you card number 23,
traders. Never mind.
Glenda Chittock, for number 27, Mirabella Plunkett.
Yes. I already know. I don't want
I
to
don't
trade
have
with you
that
right
card.
now. I don't have that card. I'm trying to find somebody who doesn't trade. What do you have to say?
Do you collect famous
Oh,
witches
jeez.
and wizard cards?
Wow.
I'll give you card number 36,
Wait, I didn't even talk to this guy yet.
Jocelyn Wadcock, for number 84, Roland Kegg. I don't have that card.
I didn't even talk to this guy yet. Yeah, so he also trades cards. He'll trade for Roland Kegg. Okay, you don't say anything. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and go down to outside Hogwarts, and I'll go ahead and meet you outside. Okay, here we are outside the main entrance. Quidditch is this way, so let's take this path to the Quidditch Stadium. And here is Ron, right here.
I'm looking forward to this. Aren't you? Let's go in.
You bet I am. Let's go through these doors and enter the Quidditch Stadium. Quidditch in this game is quite fun, actually. You use the Nimbus 2000 broom, and it's putting your flying to test in this game. And you all know how the Quidditch goes.
Listen up, you lot. We're going to make sure we win the Quidditch Cup this year, and the way we're going to do that is practice, practice, practice. First, a quick recap of what we learned last year. I'll start with the Seeker. Over here, Potter. Now watch carefully.
So yeah, basically, you press A to go.
That's good, Harry. Flying through each ring makes you go faster and increases the magical charge in your broom.
And so basically you just have to fly through all the rings and then catch up to the, whatever it is at the end. My memory's kind of salty right now, but let's go ahead and keep going.
Now you're going faster, you'll see the magical charge in your broom has increased too. You can see this in the trail the broom is leaving in the air behind you.
Yeah, so we just have to catch up with that thing at the end. Also, we have to avoid the bludgers that fly around, and he's going to explain about that in a little bit.
The magical charge in your broom is at maximum. You can now get that extra boost of speed.
So yeah, if your charge is high enough, you can use Y to boost, and it'll make it go faster and give you a better chance of catching the thing at the end. So let's go ahead.
That's a bludger, Harry. Don't let it hit you, or it will reduce the magical charge in your broom. The heart,
yeah,
too.
so as he just said, those are bludgers. So let's go ahead and use our boost. Yeah, you should keep pressing the A button while you use that. So yeah, just keep flying through the rings and then catch up to the Seeker, whatever it is at the end. Okay, I'm going pretty fast. Sometimes a little bit difficult to maneuver. I would advise, actually, that you use the boost when you get, like, right up to the thing at the end, so let's go ahead and use that.
Time your grab at the snitch, and you'll catch it.
The snitch is what it is, okay. So yeah, right here we just have to time it carefully and then grab it when we think we got it right. Okay, I was saying I'm not doing very well, but... Oh, there we go. Yeah, sometimes at the end it's a little tricky to time it correctly and then grab it, but it's not too hard. Sometimes you just gotta be careful. But that's pretty much how Quidditch goes in this game, and we're gonna get another match. We're gonna do another round right now. So it's basically just another chance to do this.
Okay, you know the score. 1 opposing seeker, 2 bludgers, and 2 opposing beaters to contend with. All you have to do is catch the snitch.
So now we're going to do exactly the same thing as our instructors, as we did the first time. We just have to go ahead and catch the snitch. So we're just going to go ahead and fly through all the rings and catch up as close as we can to that snitch. And we don't have to worry about the others as they're doing like the actual scoring and stuff. We actually do this Quidditch game quite a few times in this game. We're going to be fighting the different houses. You know, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and eventually Slytherin. But right now this is just a little bit of a practice session. So yeah, we'll just go keep flying through these rings and see if we can catch up to that snitch. You don't get penalized really for missing a ring, but what really matters is to just be the first one to catch the snitch. And it does get a bit more difficult with the houses, like later in the game. Like it's a bit harder. You have to do it faster, like in order to beat Draco Malfoy, because he's also the seeker, the snitch catcher for his house. So let's go ahead and use our boost, and let's see if we can catch this. Okay, not that time. If you do miss, it'll take you back to third-person view, and you basically have to fly through all the rings again. Yeah, just like that. So we basically have to fly through all these rings again, and then we'll use our boost next time we get enough charge. Okay, we have boost now. Let's go ahead and use it. Okay, whoa, where are you? What happened to you? Okay, yeah, I lost track of that for some strange reason. I'm not really the best at Quidditch, to be honest, because for one thing, I'm a horrible catcher of the snitch. But let's see, we got our boost back. Let's go ahead and catch up to it. Okay, okay, really? Okay, yeah. See, like I said, it's sometimes tricky to do this game. Okay, fly through that ring, fly through that. All right, let's try again. There we go. Finally. Yeah, sometimes I guess you have to be a little bit careful when you use that boost. Okay, I almost have that time. There we go. Finally. Yeah, so yeah, it's all about the timing in this game. So once we've done this, we're pretty much going to be all done for the day.
Superb performance, Harry. You receive an A+. And because of that excellent performance, Harry, here's a brand new Nimbus 2000 to take with you. You'll be able to fly anywhere around the grounds, but try not to crash into too many of the towers. If you want to try and improve your Quidditch practice grade, come back and see me here at any time of the day.
Alrighty, I'm probably not going to do that because Quidditch is not quite my thing. But yeah, we got an A+ for our grade for this session. We caught it in 2 minutes 55 seconds, and we got a brand new Nimbus 2000. And I must say the Nimbus 2000 is one of my favorite things in this game. Because if you go outside, you can pretty much fly everywhere around Hogwarts. You can go to inaccessible areas, and it's just a lot of fun. So let's get our next cutscene right here.
Hello there, Hermione. What's the matter? Malfoy showed up while you were practicing in the Quidditch Stadium. He's been made Seeker after his dad brought his way onto the team with a whole set of Nimbus 2001s. Hermione said something about it and he called her a filthy mudblood. A what? A mudblood? It's a really disgusting name for someone who was born of non-magical parents. There are some wizards, like Malfoy's family, who think they're better than everyone else. Anyway, it's a horrible thing to say. If it hadn't been for Hagrid showing up, I'd have cursed him.
He's not worth the trouble, Ron.
I suppose you're right.
Anyway, I'm tired and I'm off to bed. Let's go.
Okay, so we can see there that Hermione felt kind of insulted, and Draco called her a mudblood, and shows how much of a jerk and three-letter A word he is. So, let's see. Can we go down here? Okay, that goes to the main entrance. Alright, I want to show off right now, before we end the day, what some of these mini-games are. If we talk to Neville, we can do either gnome dunking, gnome tossing, or this new feature called racing. We can go race with other students. First off, I'm going to show gnome dunking. Throw some gnomes in the lake. And this takes us down right here, actually right where we were at, just up there. And we basically have to beat Fred's record of 220 miles. So let's go ahead and pick this gnome up, and we basically are going to do the same thing as we did in the burrow. Just toss it as far as we can. Okay, this should be far enough, definitely. Yep, definitely. 554.
Number 18, Ulrich the Oddball.
And we beat him that time. So, I forget how many cards we get out of this minigame, but I think we have to do this quite a few times, because I know that throughout the game you can get like a whole bunch of cards from doing this minigame. So what was this? 575. Awesome. Okay, so that's pretty much gnome dunking. It's not quite exciting as the racing, which I'll show that in a little bit, but that's pretty much all we can do right now. So let's go ahead, head on back up, talk to Neville, and let's show off the gnome tossing. Pretty much the same. It's pretty much going to be the same thing, except in gnome tossing, you don't throw the gnomes in the lake, but you throw them around these rotating rings. I'll let this girl talk.
Bet you can't throw a gnome further than the current record, Potter. Fancy a try? It'll cost 10 beans.
Okay, so fortunately we have enough beans to do that, 14 out of 100, so let's go ahead and accept. Okay, so we have, I think, like 4 or 5 gnomes, and each ring costs a different amount. We just need to beat Fred's score of 100. Let's go ahead and see if we can do this. Oh my, wow. That went like right between the 2 rings. Like right in the middle of their intersections. Wow. If I'm correct, the yellow rings cost the most. So we got 20 out of that. Okay, I'm probably not going to beat the record, but we'll see. Okay, oh, we did! Awesome, yeah, so the yellow rings apparently cost 100, or not cost, but they're worth 100 points. Okay, so how much is that? Nothing. Okay, well, we beat the record,
For breaking
so...
the gnome throwing record, you win a wizard card.
So yeah, whenever you beat the record, you get a Witches and Wizards card. So let's go ahead and see what this one is. I think it's Sirs, if I recall correctly.
Number 15,
Nope, Paracelsus.
Paracelsus.
Okay, yeah, 15 Paracelsus. And so, you know what, actually, we're not going to have enough beans to do the racing, actually. It's going to require, I think, like 5 beans at first. So what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and get a few beans, and I'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, we are back. I went ahead and got a few beans. I'm now up to 17 beans right here. Let's go ahead and show off what racing is. Actually, I'll admit, this is probably my favorite minigame out of all the 3 minigames that we got. Gnome dunking is just kind of boring. Gnome tossing requires a bit more skill. But racing is just good old racing on your Nimbus 2000. So let's go ahead and talk to this Ravenclaw girl.
Let's have a race, Potter. It'll cost 5 beans.
Yeah, so it just costs 5 beans, and we fortunately have enough for that. The more times you do this, however, the beans do go up. So it'll go up to, like, I don't know, at the most, like 50 beans at one point.
Let's have a race, Potter.
Alright, so let's go ahead and
It'll
wait for
cost
this.
5 beans.
And let's go ahead and accept. The rings, the races do start out I guess, fairly easy, and then I think later on they eventually get a bit more difficult. But this is the very first race, so it's going to be quite simple and easy. When we get to the end, there will be a green ring to designate the finish. So once we see that green ring, this is going to be all done. One thing I do like though is the trails that the brooms leave. Like ours is red, obviously, because we're Gryffindor, and then the opponent had a green. So I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, we're obviously in first place now. We're pretty much gonna win this. And I'll probably show off a little bit of what the Nimbus 2000 does after this is done. So just got a few more of these. Hopefully a few more. Actually, there are quite a lot of rings in the race. Yeah, we basically, you race, basically you go everywhere around Hogwarts. You go down to the lake here, go around to this area, to the outskirts, and then under the bridge. And there's our green ring right there, and we've won this.
For winning the race, you get a wizard card.
Number 22.
And there's number 22, Circe.
Circe.
Lived in ancient Greek on the island of Aeaea. How do you say that? Aeaea, whatever it is. Expert at turning lost sailors into pigs. Ooh, kind of reminds me of the 1,000-Year Door a little bit, turning sailors into pigs. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk to this girl
I'm
again.
confident I'll beat you this time, Harry. Let's have another race. It'll cost 10
Okay, this one
beans.
costs 10. This one costs 10 beans, so we have enough for that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do this race. Yeah, this is just good old. It's just good old racing. I guess the one thing I kind of dislike though is how long it takes, because there actually are a lot of rings. But it's still pretty fun though. I mean, racing is one of my favorite kinds of activities, favorite kind of sports. So yeah, we just gotta basically go through all these rings again, and then get our next reward, which will of course be another, which is a wizard's card. I also really like the music too. Whoever composed the music, oh, we're going to the bridge again. Whoever composed the music in this game is a master. Oh, there's our green ring right there. Pretty much the same spot. Yeah, the music is good in this game anyways. So yeah, here's our wizard card, and it's going to be
Number 24.
number 24.
Adalbert Waffling.
So yeah, so we're pretty much all done here, and I think after every three races, the locations change.
Fancy another race, Harry? To see if you can beat me again, it'll cost 15
So this one's
beans.
15 beans now. We can't afford it, so we're all done here. Alright, let's go ahead and show off this Nimbus 2000 Superior Racing Broom, used to fly anywhere that is permitted within Hogwarts grounds. Basically, so yeah, whenever you're in a spot, which you can use this, like for example, right now, see the broom is like solid red. That means you can land there, and if it's solid green, then you can use the broom right there. So yeah, we can basically just fly around Hogwarts, and there also will be rings that appear, and if you fly those rings through those rings, you can get some beans out of it, Birdie Bot's beans. But yeah, this is just, it's a marvelous thing to do. Fly around on your Nimbus 2000. Duck down and up. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's a tower. Actually, this right area right here. You can this area I think right here is also an area where you like start like a race. I just know that at one point you end up right there to do a minigame. But yeah, we're just flying around, cruising around in our Nimbus 2000. I also like to go down here to this little like sort of Great Wall of China-esque sort of thing. This little like lighthouse. Let's dive in here. Yeah, it's just a little lighthouse. Yeah. And whenever a ring appears, Harry says something like, "What's that over there? Oh, that looks interesting." So let's see. We can go just about anywhere. Okay. We can also, yeah, we can't go too high. We can pretty much go to like that top window of this big tower right here.
This is amazing. What's happening to my broom?
Yeah.
I must have hit a
Yeah,
magical
see, Harry will hit
barrier.
like a magical barrier because he can't go too high. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this ring and then we're going to be all done flying around. Alright. So yeah, basically we can go ahead and land, what's down here? I'm curious to where this goes. Awfully curious. Yeah, I know that in the PlayStation 2 version, I've never played that version though, but in the PlayStation 2 version you can like walk around these areas at night when you're Harry, or during the day, whenever. But you can't do it in the GameCube version. It's kind of disappointing. So yeah, those were the mini games that Neville has, and so now we just need to go ahead and go back up. But first, I noticed while collecting beans in here that over here is Draco and Goyle.
Go away! Why don't you just go and find a snake to talk to? Hopefully you'll get bitten.
You know what, Draco? I have nothing to say except this. Yeah, take that, you a-hole, whatever you are. Okay, Goyle, what do you have to say?
Snake.
Snake. Oh man, Goyle is such a weirdo. Okay. Alright. That was a little too funny. I forgot he said that. Okay, so yeah, we can basically go on back up to the Gryffindor common room and end our day. But first I'm going to probably go ahead and check our Remember All and see what we have. Okay, yeah, we can just end the day. Just in case there's something else we can do. Actually, yeah. I want to find that kid who has the who can trade for Dimphna. I think it's up in number 4, the fourth floor, I think. I don't remember. I think this is her.
Do you collect famous witches and wizards cards? I'll give you card number 78.
Aha, it is. All right.
Thruston,
So we're going to be able to
98.
trade one of our 2
Dimphna
cards here.
Fromage.
So let's see what happens.
Okay, let's swap.
Here you are.
Yeah, basically Harry just says that and then we get our next card. And this is Orsino Thruston.
Number 78, Orsino Thruston.
1976 to present. Plays the drums with the popular wizarding band The Weird Sisters. Yeah, there actually are several cards in here in this game which are members of the Weird Sisters. I always thought that was a cool series of cards. There's going to be a lot more of those though, members of that band. So that's basically what happens if you have your duplicates cards and can trade with somebody. And so with that, I think we're pretty much done with this adventure here. Let's go ahead and save. So let's just make our way to home. Actually, first off, take that. I hate you all. Okay, let's go ahead and get some beans out of here too. Yeah, usually that vase will give it like at most 3 beans. But yeah, let's go ahead and go back in here. And before we actually end the day, I want to return that Gryffindor merit badge. If you didn't recall correctly, if you didn't notice, at the very beginning, we went ahead and got that merit badge. So let's go ahead and return it right here, and we get our next item, which is a telescope dropped walking from an astronomy tower somewhere around the grand staircase. If found, please return to the notice board. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this one is.
Number 46,
Miranda
Miranda
Goshawk,
Goshawk.
author of the spellbook that we got. Nice. Okay, who's over here? Neville?
I don't believe you had anything to do with what happened to Nearly Headless Nick. Then again, I was stuck behind that tapestry all the time.
Okay. And what do you have to say, lovely
Do
girl?
you know what the Chamber of Secrets is? I don't. It's just everyone is talking about it after what happened last night.
Very interesting news, but instead of talking to you, I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. All right, so this pretty much concludes our day and our part. So I'm going to stop right here, and we will continue our adventure in the next part. So until then, this is 53 Plays saying I hope you have a good day, and stay tuned for the next part, everybody. Take care.